Welcome to Laramie, Wyoming, and one of the highest elevations you will find in all of college football. And it is home to the Wyoming Cowboys, and they have a taste for the spicy brown mustard. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, a squad looking to put on a show, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Wyoming Cowboys. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Cowboys will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And now we'll get a look at this offense for the first time today. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. They go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. Knocked off his feet.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Gets it out quickly. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And he's got it inside the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the ground with the back. And he burrows his way into the end zone for a touchdown. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Wyoming Cowboys offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Anderson wants to throw. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
pocket starts to collapse. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And every year there's exciting new freshmen to look at and talk about and pump up. And this guy got a lot of that pump, and you see why. The dynamic play on special teams. You can see the speed. You can see the wheels. And you know the reason the fans were jacked up when they signed this guy this year.
And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wyoming takes over the football and the Cowboy offense on its way out. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Reads in, fires complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg and rolling out. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
Seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. When you talk about the next game on the schedule, they're always looking forward to this one.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. The short hands, it's James. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going to run it. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker showing him read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Moves around to clear up the vision. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
So they'll send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
That kicker needed to club up. Fortunately, the ball hits the crossbar.
Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. They've stumbled a little bit out of the gate here, Jesse, finding themselves down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and their defense needs to help them out and get off the field and get them some more possessions. This offense didn't spend a lot of time on the field in the first quarter, David. I think they got to run the ball here and try to establish some rhythm.
They got to establish something, and you're right. You'll wear your defense out. Continue to keep getting the football back to them, to the other offense. You're wearing your defense out, and you'll have no shot to get back in this game.
Anderson will throw. Zings it complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. And the Cowboys want to move quickly. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Got it in the middle, it's Ingram. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
That's so frustrating for a quarterback. He sees an open guy, he's ready to rip the football, and then all of a sudden, one of those defensive ends gets their big mitt in the air and knocks it down.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Nunez. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Now facing a 3rd and long. Anderson wants to throw. Grabs it in the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. The home team is within striking distance, but time is not on their side. Time to see if they can solve this riddle. The Red Raiders have opened up this lead, and with that linebacker looking like a young Zach Thomas out there today, points could be hard to come by the rest of the way. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Texas Tech. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He'll pull it down and run. Got room at the 35. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
Hold and fire complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Just got one on that last run. Now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. He's looking to throw. The sure hands. It's Richard. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Anderson will throw. Looking to the big tight end. It's complete. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll just keep slinging it. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting in this position.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Anderson wants to throw. Fires to the middle. Got his man. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wyoming.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense will take the field again. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
He's taking the shot. And the ball is intercepted. Looking for more room. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
He's got it. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. He wants to throw it. Looking for the score. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cowboys!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime.
Gonna take a shot. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on.
Illegal throw.
Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. He's looking for an open man on second down. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. He's being a little reckless with that football. Threw the interception last time and almost threw another one here.
Golly, that's back-to-back drives. You got to have your quarterback making smart decisions. You can't turn the football over. He's got to get those.
He uncorks one deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Slips through the line. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires on the run. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Wyoming takes over the football, and the Cowboy offense on its way out. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Unloads to the wideout. And the third down pass is incomplete. The Cowboys will line up to punt it away.
Number 43 in punt formation to kick it away.
Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give to the tailback. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Here comes the offense on first and 10 from the 47. Quickly out to the tight end. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
Guys have the backfield now. It's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can defend it.
Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. He's got it, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Kurt.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3.
Now, a 4th down.
And the Cowboys send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in their own end. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Getting some heat. He's going for a big play downfield. And the pass hits, picked off. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Now, teams that play cover one at an elite level have an elite guy in the middle of the field that he's playing zone, everybody else playing man, and he can cover so much ground. You watch him run, he breaks on the football when he needs to, goes and makes the big interception.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. It'll be a draw. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Cowboys with the 1st and 10. The RPO, fire complete to the left. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Direct snap. Touchdown, Mustard and Brown. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the offense onto the field again. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last. He tries to take the top off. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Quickly complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Going up top on first down. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Back to the air one more time. Finds his man. It's Coffee. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, the quarterback's patient most of the time, and drag route's going to come.
He's going to pass on second down. He'll throw it. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
It's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. It's complete. Nice throw, great catch, easy glide into the end zone for the touchdown.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wyoming takes over the football and the Cowboy offense on its way out. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Anderson will throw. Got him downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
How about the hit on the tight end there? They knew they had to bring the lumber on the big fella to bring him down, and they just blew him up.
Gets it to the back. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pass is intercepted. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Got his man on the right. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire